Hey, cookies! Let's have some. And let's share them. That's the fair thing to do, right? Okay, one for you, one for me. One for you, one for me. Half a one for you, and the rest for me. Oh, do you not think it's fair that for every one cookie you get, I get four? Well, of course it's not fair, and it's not sharing. It's so obviously unfair, a child could see it. And yet, when two married parents get divorced, this is how custody time can be divided. Not equally and not fairly, but with one parent getting the lion's share of the time and the other parent being left with not enough time to parent a child effectively. And to make things even more unfair, how much time a parent gets can depend on what state they live in. Take a look at this map of the United States. It's based on a study conducted by Custody Exchange. They're the creators of a software program to help parents and legal professionals craft visitation plans and schedules. According to their study, divorced fathers nationwide get an average of 35% of custody time with their children. In New England, fathers get an average of 50% of custody time in all states except one, Rhode Island, which, unfortunately in that respect, is where I live. In Rhode Island, one parent gets this many cookies and the other gets this many. Are we to believe that the fathers in these states are somehow more worthy of their own children's time than the fathers in these states? How is it fair to children that in some parts of our country, these children get to have equal time with their divorced parents, but in other parts of the country, these children don't? When I went through my divorce, my attorney, who in many respects was capable and helpful, told me that the standard custody time schedule for me would be one night a week, every other weekend, 2 weeks in the summer, plus holidays and special occasions. Now, I'd never been divorced before, so when I heard standard, I thought that's what was fair. It is not. What my attorney did not tell me is that there was no federal or state law that said I had to agree to what was standard. And my attorney did not do the math for me. So let's do the math. One night a week, every other weekend, 2 weeks in the summer, 1 week of holidays, 1 week of special occasions. Add that up, and that is 2,128 hours in 1 year for a parent to see his children. But 1 year is 8,760 hours. 25% of 8,760 hours is 2,190 hours. So 2,128 hours is a smidge less than 25% of the time. In Rhode Island, according to the standard schedule, the mother has the kids for the balance of the time, 6,632 hours, which means that one parent has the kids for 4,504 hours more than the other parent. And that comes out to 188 more days. That is over 6 months more time. Is that fair? Well, let me ask you this. Would it be fair in a divorce for the father to get 75% of the marital assets, money, property, and other material belongings, while the mother gets 25%? Of course not. Marital assets are divided 50-50. When you go out to eat with someone and you agree to split the check, do you split the check 75-25? Of course not. You split the check 50-50. We encourage our children, when they play and interact with each other, to share equally. When a couple gets married, relationship experts encourage them to divide the parenting and household responsibilities as equally as possible. But when that couple gets divorced, depending on where you live, one parent can get this much time with the kids, while the other gets this much. There is a solution to this. It's called shared parenting legislation. Shared parenting legislation essentially says that exceptional circumstances notwithstanding, the family court judge should aim to divide physical custody of the children 50-50 between the two parents. Remember this map. If there are no legal protections guaranteeing that one parent has 50% of the children's time, that means there are no legal protections that the other parent has 50% of the children's time. It's in the best interest of children and each parent, a mother and a father, or a mother and a mother, or a father and a father, to have equal time with their children, guaranteed by law. I encourage you to investigate whether or not your state has some form of shared parenting laws, and if it doesn't, I urge you to contact your legislators to tell them what you think about this issue. And just so you know, legislators respond when people start to contact them. What is right is what is fair, and you cannot be fair if you don't share. If you'd like to learn more about shared parenting, visit the website of the National Parents Organization and see if they have a chapter in your state. If they don't, maybe you can start one.